Hello again, welcome to class 328. It says 328, page 319.10, unit 29. Point 2910. All right, how long does it take? How long does it take to prepare a paella? It takes 1 hour to prepare a paella. How long does it take to prepare a cocido? Well, it depends. It depends. What does it depend on? What does it depend on? Well, if you use a pressure cooker, it takes an hour or 30 minutes. Excuse me? Well, I said it depends. I know. I heard you. What does it depend on? Well, I said if you use a pressure cooker, it only takes 30 or 45 minutes. A what? A pressure cooker. What's that? What does pressure cooker mean? Well, cooker means como una olla. Pressure is presión. Una olla a presión. Pressure, under pressure. Presure escrito, doble S. Under pressure cooker. A cook es un cocinero. A cooker es una olla para cocinar. So pressure cooker, it takes about 30 minutes. However, a normal cocido, traditional cocido, madrileño or similar, or montañés or whatever, it takes maybe 2 hours or 3 hours. It takes a long time. How long does it take? How long does it take to cross the Atlantic by ship? I don't know. I think it takes 5 days to cross the Atlantic by ship. How long does it take to become a good English teacher? It depends on your definition of good. It takes between 1 week and 10 years. It depends. It depends. How long does it take? How long does it take you, Richard, to prepare this class, to prepare every class? It doesn't take me any time. I prepared these classes 25 years ago. All right, how long does it take? How long does it take? How long did it take you to learn Spanish? Well, it took me 3 years to learn Spanish well. How long did it take you to complete your university degree? It took me 4 years and 1 summer to complete my higher education, my university degree, my college degree. It took me 4 years and 1 summer session. Richard, how long did it take you to get used to Spanish life? To get used to, acostumbrarme a la vida española. It took me 1 week, 2 weeks. No, it wasn't difficult for me to get used to become accustomed to Spanish life. How long did it take you? Who, me? Yeah. How long did it take you to write the stories about Natasha, Akimorita, Paula Eisenbach? Oh, it took me, I don't know, 15 hours, 20 hours. It didn't take long. Richard, how long did it take you to prepare the method? It took me 3.5 months to write, escribir el método. The method was in my head, and it took me maybe between 3 and 4 months to materialize the method in books. Richard, how long did it take you to do your postgraduate work? My graduate work, I have an MBA from a Spanish institution. How long did it take you to get that MBA? It took me 2 years to get the MBA, Master in Business Administration. How long did it take? How long will it take? How long will it take me? How long will it take you to learn English well? How long has it taken you up to now? Is your English perfect? No. Is your English very high level? Not yet. How long has it taken you to reach your current level? How long has it taken you to reach your current level? For some people, it's taken them 20 years, 30 years. Some people are perpetual students of English. Some people in Spain started learning English when they were 12 years old, and now they're 40 years old and they're still taking English classes. How long has it taken you to reach your current level? How long will it take you to reach a good, solid command of English? How long will it take you? How long has it taken us, you and me, how long has it taken us to reach page 319? Well, we started on January, I think, if I remember right, si mal no recuerdo, if I remember right, we started on January 20th, 2020, last year. And now we're at the end of March, so beginning of April, so it's taken us, what, 1 year and 3 months to reach this point. Hemos tardado un año y 3 meses. It has taken us, o sea, nos ha llevado en tiempo. It has, vamos a hacer la contracción. It's taken us 1 year and 3 months to reach page 319. And Richard, how long will it take us to finish the book? I think it will take us maybe 7 months. 7 months? Well, these future points admit a lot of going back, a lot of review, etc. We'll see. It doesn't matter. Remember, this is the important part. How long will it take us to finish? Well, it will take us about maybe 5 months. I don't know. But then maybe I'll put a new book here, another book, to continue with the lives of our friends. Because the stories about our friends continue after the book. They continue after the book. So maybe we'll continue with our characters, with Aki Morita, Luigi Barghini, Anna Barghini, etc. How long did it take? How long does it take? How long will it take? How long would it take? ¿Cuánto tardaríamos en cruzar el Atlántico si los aviones fueron supersónicos? How long would it take us to cross the Atlantic? Oh, sin el us. How long would it take to cross the Atlantic if the jets were supersonic? It would take about 3 hours to fly from Madrid to New York. If we could fly at supersonic speeds beyond the speed of sound, más allá de la velocidad del sonido, supersonic speeds. How long would it take to learn English well? How long would it take you to learn English well if you spent 3 hours a day with the language? If you spent 3 hours a day with the language, to go from a beginner's level to an advanced level would take 2 years. 2 years? 3 hours a day? Well, yeah. It takes a long time to learn a language. How long does it take? How long did it take? Y hasta ahora, how long has it taken? Y mañana, how long will it take? I have to go home after this class. Oh, Richard, how long will it take you to go home? It'll take me about 20 minutes. from door to door, from this studio to the door of my house. It'll take, it will. La contracción de it will es it'll. Como la palabra pequeño, ¿te acuerdas? Little, quitas la L primera. ¿Qué tenemos? It'll. Esa pronunciación de la contracción de it will. It'll. Será pequeño. It'll be little. It'll take me, after this class, when I go home, it'll probably take me about 20 minutes. Richard, how long did it take you to come this morning? It took me 25 minutes. It took you 25 minutes? Yes, it took me 25 minutes. Why did it take you 5 minutes more to come than to go? For some reason, this morning, every traffic light was red. Yes. And so it took me 5 minutes longer than usual to come here because I had bad luck with the traffic lights this morning. The traffic was okay. The traffic wasn't heavy. The traffic wasn't congested. But every traffic light was red coming today. So I had bad luck. So how long did it take? How long will it take? Yes, Richard, how long did it take you to become a good teacher? It depends, again, on your definition of a good teacher. A good teacher is a teacher who wakes up the students and motivates the students. It took me 1 day because of my personality to become a good teacher from the motivational point of view. Technically, from the technical point of view, it took me 2 years to become a good teacher, technically. But it took me 1 day, I think, or 2 days. No, 1 day. First class in my life. The first class in my life. I was 22. The first class was a private class with one man, Mr. Meledo, Señor Meledo. I remember his name. He was an architect. I was 22 and he was probably 45. And I didn't have any experience. I received 30 minutes of training only, preparation. And so I gave the class, 1 hour with Mr. Meledo. When the class was over, Mr. Meledo said, "Esta es tu primera clase, ¿verdad?" He said, "This is your first class, isn't it?" I said, "Yes." He said, "I liked it." "Oh, thank you." Me gustó. He said, "I liked it. I liked it." I said, "Good. Why?" "Because you were on top of me. You were on top of me." O sea, estabas encima de mí. You were aggressive. You were active. "Yes, but I didn't know what I was doing." He said, "It doesn't matter. It's the best class I've had in a long time." So I realized, yes, that I was a good teacher in one way, but not a good teacher in another. How long does it take? How long did it take? All right. Let's see. Natasha. All right. Tell Natasha to ask me if I have a sister. Natasha, ask Richard if he has a sister. Richard, do you have a sister? What does she want to know? She wants to know if you, Richard, have a sister. Yes, I do. Qué difícil hacer esto sin otros estudiantes. ¿A que sí, Marta? Yeah. But Natasha is always happy to help. Right? Yes, she's always happy to help. So, I have a sister. Now, tell Natasha to ask me what she does. What she does? Yeah, tell Natasha to ask me what my sister does. ¿Cómo que what she does? Yeah. Si yo te pregunto, if I ask you, what do you do? You answer, I'm a teacher, I'm a lawyer, I'm an engineer, I'm a dancer, I'm a guitarist. What do you do? Significa a qué te dedicas. Y nada más. Si alguien te dice, what do you do? The person is asking about your professional activity, your work, your job. What do you do? Ahora, si quieres añadir for a living, está bien. ¿A qué te dedicas para ganarte la vida? What do you do for a living? We have Olegario today upstairs. Can you hear Olegario? He stopped. All right. Natasha, don't pay attention. Don't pay any attention to Olegario, okay? All right. So, tell Natasha to ask me what my sister does. Natasha, ask Richard what his sister does. Richard, yes. What does your sister do? What does she want to know? No lo oigo bien. ¿Qué quieres saber? What does she want to do? No, what does she want to know? Me lío yo. She wants to know what your sister does. My sister. Well, she has 3 jobs. 1 in the morning, 1 at midday, and 1 in the afternoon and evening. Tell Natasha to ask me. Tell Natasha. Dile a Natasha que me pregunte. Tell Natasha to ask me. Tell her to ask me. Tell her to ask me. Tell her. Me como la H, tell her. Tell her to ask me what she does in the morning. Who? My sister. Tell her to ask me what... My sister has 3 jobs. 1 in the morning, 1 at midday, and 1 in the afternoon, evening. So, tell Natasha to ask me what my sister does in the morning. Natasha, yes? What? Ask him, ask Richard, ask him. ¿Qué ask him? Así se pronuncia. Como que asco, que ask him. Natasha, ask him what his sister does in the morning. Richard, yes, Natasha. Está hablando. What does your sister do in the morning? What does my sister do in the morning? Yes, what does your sister do in the morning? What does she want to know? She wants to know what your sister does in the morning. Fíjate en la sintaxis que estoy usando. Solo en la pregunta directa está el verbo auxiliar does. What does your sister do? ¿Qué quiere saber? She wants to know what your sister does. ¿Qué es lo que hace? ¿O a qué se dedica? In the morning, she wants to know what my sister does in the morning. My sister, she teaches. Oh, she teaches. Yes, my sister teaches. Tell Natasha to ask me what she teaches. Natasha, ask Richard what his sister teaches. Richard, yes. What does your sister teach? What does your sister teach? What does she want to know? She wants to know what your sister teaches. She teaches interior decoration. Really? Yes, she teaches interior design. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Natasha. Now, just you and me. Now, my sister teaches interior design. Ask me where she teaches it. ¿Dónde lo enseña? Yes, ask me where she teaches it. Richard, where does your sister teach? Where does she? Where does she? Where does she teach? Where does she teach interior design? Excuse me, what do you want to know? I want to know where she teaches interior design. Aquí no uso el verbo auxiliar porque no es una pregunta, es una recapitulación. Quiero saber dónde enseña. I want to know where she teaches. No es una pregunta. Entonces, solo el verbo auxiliar en la pregunta directa. ¿Dónde enseña? Where does she teach? Excuse me? Where does she teach? What are you asking me? I'm asking you where she teaches. I want to know. Quiero saber. I want to know where she teaches. My sister. Yes. She teaches interior design in a technical college outside of Denver, Colorado. Oh, yes. She teaches interior design at a technical college outside of Denver. Ask me how far. Well, no. Borra. Ask me how long it takes her to drive to the technical school. Richard, yeah. How long does it take your sister to drive to the school? Excuse me? How long does it take your sister to drive to the technical school? I don't understand you. What do you want to know? I want to know how long it takes her. Aquí no aparece does. I want to know how long it takes her to go to the technical school, to drive to the technical. Okay, it takes her 45 minutes to drive there. It takes her 45 minutes to drive there. All right. Ask me what time she starts her first class. Richard, what time does she start the first class? Excuse me, what do you want to know? I want to know, clean your ears, okay? I want to know what time she starts her first class. She starts her first class at 10 o'clock. Ask me how many classes she has. How many classes does she have? Excuse me? How many classes does she have? I can't hear you. What do you want to know? I want to know how many classes she has. I want to know no es pregunta. Entonces no hay verbo auxiliar does. She has 2 classes. Oh. How long does each class last? Excuse me? How long does each class last? I can't understand. What do you want to know? I want to know how long each class lasts. Oh, well, she has 2 classes. I know. How long do they last? How long does the first class last, and how long does the second class last? The first class lasts 1 hour. Oh, and the second class? The same. The second class lasts 1 hour as well. Okay. Ask me what time the second class starts. Richard, what time does the second class start? What do you want to know? I want to know what time the second class starts. It starts at the second class. The first class starts at 10. I know. But what time does the second class start? It starts at 11. Oh. And it lasts an hour. So, ask me what time the second class ends. It's not necessary, Richard. I know what time the second class ends. Oh, why do you know? Because you told me. It's logical. You told me that the second class starts at 11 o'clock. And you said it lasts an hour. So, if the second class starts at 11 o'clock and it lasts an hour, that means, eso significa, that means that it ends at 12. Yeah, but ask me anyway. What time does the second class end? Recuerda que las cosas end y las personas finish. My sister finishes at 12. The class ends at 12. So, and ask me what my sister does after that. Oh, well, what does your sister do after that? After the second class? Yes, what does your sister do when she finishes the second class? What do you want to know? I want to know what your sister does. Estoy jugando con la mecánica pura de conceptos muy simples del inglés. Con el verbo to do, he does. El auxiliar does. Yeah. But it's the mechanics. What does your sister do after the second class? My question is what your sister does. I want to know what your sister does. I'm asking you what your sister does after the second class. She goes to a bank. She goes to a bank. Un banco. Yeah, she goes to a bank. Oh, okay. Why does she go to a bank? She goes to a bank to start her second job. Remember, my sister has 3 jobs, one in the morning, one at midday, and one in the afternoon, evening. So when she finishes at 12 o'clock, she goes to a bank. Yeah, what does she do in the bank? Maybe I'll tell you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.